welcome to another Genshin Impact stream. Go ahead and pull up chat while we get set up here. Pop out the chat. Um, and there we go. Alright, how you guys doing, everybody? We're just getting started here. It is getting warm. XDD, welcome in, Brushy. How are you doing? We're having a good Saturday. We're just gonna do our artifact runs. Quick. And honestly, not much going on in Genshin right now, besides a couple of events. Reddit is still full of VA union drama. Nothing interesting on that front. So honestly, everybody's just waiting for good old Skirk at this point. So I think today we're just gonna finish some events, and then I have finished this downpour simulation, and then there's this, which I heard had like really bad character builds. So I'm not going to try too hard for that one. Just get the primos and get out is the goal. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get this underway. Alright, so this is done. Here next. It's getting like really bored. Had to like pull out my old fan. Let's use Furina in the team. It's like a band-aid to any whack DPS. True. Furina does help a lot. Part of me, I'm a little torn between like going for C6 Furina versus just keeping her at C low constellations at C2, like C0 or C2 R1. Mostly because like if I do C6 her, you know, she'll end up like basically fulfilling the role of a DPS in my team. And if I don't C6 her, then she will be played more as a support-ish. And I kind of intend for Farina to be played more as a support kind of build, but I do really like her. And the fact that like her C6 gives her like a ton of damage. I'm a little torn between that. But also the fact that like those additional constellations could be better used elsewhere. Like basically like the difference between a C2 R1 Farina and a C6 R1 Farina is the additional constellations to get that C6. I could have gotten a Mavika, Chilonan, and Silali. Right? Which is an entire team for one half of this, basically. But that's kind of like where I'm at. I feel like it's a bit of a waste. I guess C16 characters is a bit of a waste, generally. We just gotta choose like which characters we want to waste in, I guess, versus which characters doesn't feel as bad to waste it. I'm gonna refill my water. I spent like half of this morning like working I've been really putting in the hours. I can guarantee I can full clear with Furina Hyper Carry. Wait, but my goal is not to get a Hyper Carry team though. My goal, like for me, like if I C6 a character, I want to be able to like basically like solo that entire chamber. She's already good enough DPS at C2R1. I can guarantee full clear with Furina Hyper. Wait, what? No, your previous message was what? I can guarantee I can full clear with Furina Hyper Carry? That's what you said, right? Unless you're talking about the previous one. She's already good enough for DPS at C2R1. I'm saying you don't need her to be C6. Yeah, I think you're just misunderstanding me. I'm not saying that like I want her to be C6 because I like Furina, not because I want her to be a DPS. I want C6 Furina just because I think Furina is like one of my favorite Archons. Is my favorite Archon. Essentially. The problem is that I don't really want to play her as hyper carry. I only want to play her as a support. See what I mean? So that's where I'm sort of struggling right now. So I can totally get like C2R1 for the hyper carry, but that I don't like that. Like you definitely need a team around Furina hyper carry, right? So like hyper carry is like a team comp, right? I don't know why you mentioned her DPS capability as C2 versus C6 then. I mean my real question is whether like is how important is the worth going from C2 to C6, which is essentially like 4 guaranteed 5 stars. Alright. So 4 guaranteed 5 stars. Is it a better worth, you know, is the DPS increase from C2 to C6 sort of worth? And when I say DPS, like you'll see like Kaching mains will talk about like solo DPS and all that, which is fine and all that. But really thinking about DPS as like team overall DPS. So if you had like 4 extra like guaranteed 5-star pulls, essentially, would it have been better used on getting Malvika's Shilon and Silali? That's one thing. The other consideration is that you can't probably get all 3 of those in one banner. You would have to wait a while to get all those. I don't think you can solo clear with C6 nowadays. Oh really? That's kind of disappointing. That's actually very disappointing to me. Because if I get a C6 character and the character can't even solo like 1/2 of the Abyss. I mean maybe not like entirely solo, maybe just like with a healer or a shielder just for the damage resist, like interruption resistance. That's fine as long as like most of the DPS is like focused on one character. I haven't seen anyone do that for a while. Oh really? It's kind of wild. Like not even C6 Mav? I'm pretty sure like at least C6 Mav people would that should be happening. So I don't know. But like I want her to like feel really good. But if I'm mostly just using her for support, like I'm not sure like there's really a point in me pulling her beyond C2. And at C2, there's also like a good chance I don't really need an R1 either. I know her weapon isn't like a really big difference. So I don't know. I'm just hoping like Saritsa or Dying Slave comes out soon. It's just so weird these days, like the the value of pulling like certain characters are just like too different. Back in the Fontaine days, it kind of made sense where like there were some like these low constellations and then you would pull at the low constellations. But even now C0's like a lot of the C0 Natline characters are pretty good C0, so copium. Actual copium. And like I've seen like people run Furina hyperkeratin. I think you need like Furina and then you plunge. You play plunge with like Shen Yun. And I think it's like maybe it's the Kazuha and maybe Bennett. Something like that. At C6, yeah. Yeah. I've seen like those kind of teams, but like I don't really want to pull Shen Yun. Like she doesn't interest me much, so that's kind of why I see Freedom more as a support, but maybe like she can do some damage right after using her E, which is pretty nice, kind of thing. She gets Hydro Infusion or something, yeah. I mean at C2 she's still good, but she's still more burst reliant. That sense. Furina at C6 you don't really have to use the burst, you can just use her E and do a lot of damage, and then use her burst, and then have someone else do a lot of damage. Which is nice. C2 defense is just walk around pressing skill and burst on supports. Yeah, AFK gameplay. I don't know, the more I feel like I'm gonna pull soon, the more I'm stuck in the conundrum again. I'm stuck in the this doesn't seem worth it conundrum. I used one AFK team to kill one of the local legends. Oh yeah, that one that you could the Aegis guy, the annoying guy that like it's basically impossible to. What is it? Like you can't like get hit, and like, he has a lot of these AoE things near him. I think it was Furina Nahida. Raiden. Does Raiden's E prop on like it was one of the Wayot in the domains. Yeah, it's wasn't it the Equapulis Aegis? I don't know how to say that name. Equapulis Aegis is this guy, right? Yeah. Equapulis Aegis. One of the Knight's Trial local legends. I don't think I completed that one yet. Mostly because it's like impossible, but I have to be like dodging every single time. But then again, it's 5 primos. It's fine. We'll be fine. Raiden E plus Nahida E can proc aggravate from a distance. Oh, okay, so the E can proc on the E. On the elemental skill as well, so that's nice. Have Furina and now you have an AFK Hyper Bloom team. Very nice. Do people actually still use Hyper Bloom these days though? I mean like outside of like people showcasing the 4-star clears. Do normal people actually use Hyper Bloom anymore? I don't think so, right? Yeah, I remember the video I sent after this. Yeah, but that was that was like the person like he was doing a 4-star challenge, which is why he did it. Oh, he was doing El Hyper Bloom. Yeah, I'm not I don't know too much about our item. Our item is just not. I guess the Dendro Kaching. It's still pretty interesting how few Dendro characters we actually have. There's actually like not a ton of options. Either the one that comes to mind when I think of Hyper. Oh really? Is it not Shinobu Hyperloom? I always thought Shinobu Hyperloom is the default Hyperloom team. Cause like who's proccing Hyperloom in our item Hyperloom? Cause I always Shinobu him at 100. Okay, so it's still Shinobu Hyperloom. It just has our item in there to do quite a bit more damage. Dendro damage. But Cookie is still proccing it, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't think that's up pulling our item anytime soon. So I don't know, they stole my Cookie. Yeah, they're gonna give me Cookie for they're gonna give me Shinobu for summer event. Trust. We're gonna get Shinobu summer skin. All right, wait for it. We're gonna get Shinobu swimsuit skin in like 5.8, and we're gonna get free Shinobu. Yes, trust. This is what will happen. And Nahida too. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what she does other than her E applies Dendro and Q gives EF to every teammate. And she just buffs the reactions a ton, which is all she needs to do, really. Her passive gives EM too, I think. That would make sense. I feel like when you put Nahida on the team, like all the elemental reactions just do a bunch more damage. So. And Dendro is always the theme of Dendro was always to like catalyze reactions, I guess. Why is this not working? Okay. I was wondering why that was not working for a while. We're still waiting for the 5-star instructor. 5-star instructor set. Hoyo. Where's my 5-star instructor set? Okay. I hate these dipping lines. They're so weird, like, and jank. Because, like, they show up for, like, 2 seconds, and then if you don't take it within the 2 seconds, like, it just deactivates for a while. You're, like, just waiting there for it to refresh or something. It's super weird. The Sumeru ones are much better. They're a lot more consistent. And they're also, like, faster and don't randomly swing you around. You can always like dip back to it if you fall, kind of thing. But the actual ones, they like deactivate for a couple of seconds. The ones in Chenyu Veil repeat. Yeah, those are pretty good too. I mean, I guess those are pretty similar to the Sumeru ones too, right? I think in Chenyu Veil they made it part of puzzles so a little bit, which is nice. Nalan could have had those, but he had to sell characters through that. Well, it wasn't too bad. We got like Saurians too. Like the Saurians helped out with the exploration quite a bit, so it wasn't like that bad. Yeah, except you can aim any direction. Oh, you can shoot yourself any direction. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Because you like turn into a fish and then you can like shoot yourself as a fish. Yeah, I guess the Chenyu Veil is really... I do get the sense though, like they can't keep doing this. you know, the same thing over and over again. So it would kind of get really lame if like every region had the same exploration mechanic. So like every region, I mean, it makes sense that every region has some kind of like quick, fly, swinging thingy, but they should definitely like make make it like slightly different based on the region each time. I don't think Fontaine had any of those, but Fontaine was mostly just underwater stuff, which is unique enough, I think. Except Mondstadt and Ear, yeah. Except the older regions, because they never really thought too much about how how time consuming exploration is. And like they only started realizing how many people like weren't even exploring because it took so long for them to like they were too lazy to explore. So they had to like dumb it down and make it a lot easier for people to get from one spot to another. Sumeru was a disaster though, I think. In the desert especially. I think people were really like a lot of people really gave out on the exploration when the desert dropped. But the desert also, I think there were still like some of the vine sigils, but like not everywhere. A lot of the desert is just sand. The rainforest was at least dense enough, but the desert was kind of sus. And even if there were like sigils for the desert, like there are times when you would just be using like 5 to 6 sigils just to get from one spot to the other. It was just like huge patches of like barren sand. Not gonna lie, desert was a breeze for me. I just did quest and pick up chests that went through the story. Yeah, the story was pretty good. And it was nice that they sort of brought you to all the spots to get puzzles and stuff. I had to use compass for the last 5 to 10%. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like the challenging part of the desert was all the underground tunnels. And back when we didn't have the layered map, it was like, what in the world? Like, you'll see like something on the map, and I wouldn't know whether it's like in this tunnel, level 1 tunnel, level 2 tunnel, is it surface, or is it high above the surface? You know, it had no idea what was going on. Hey, Savoy, Bertie, hey, welcome to Planet. How you doing? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Just here chilling, doing some artifact runs. We'll like hop to do like this interesting combat event. I'd say interesting, but it's probably just the same old. Yes, glad it didn't rain. Didn't rain. Okay, that's a good thing. It's also like it was cloudy today. It wasn't raining today, so that was good. I just roamed enough to find the chest. Yeah, you could just roam him. I need to do more roaming in that land. I think I'm getting there. We're actually coming very close to the end of like 5.x patch, guys. We're already at 5.6. There are only coming to the end of 5.6 too. Like in the next two weeks, we'll get the new, trailer drop. And then there's only 2 more patches. There's 5.7, 5.8, and then it's not Snitch Naya. Nope, it's Filler Not Cry. kekw. I got missed, Ayato's weapon, and now Chronicles of Thunder. Oh, you've been wishing on a Chronicle Wish, Lightning. Nice. Yeah, Thundering Pulse would be a good one. Let me max out my statue and tablet, yeah. Sounds like they're gonna release one more region, I guess. In that land, or like, I guess sub-region. We'll see. Although, if they're gonna release a region, it's gonna have to be next patch, right? It's gonna have to be 5.7, because 5.8, if I'm thinking about this right, 5.8 will be summer event, and they're not gonna be able to release a exploration at the same time as a summer event exploration, so I'm guessing 5.7 will be the last expansion. When does not cry 6.0. Alright, yeah, 6.0 will drop not cry, which is not very long from now, honestly. It'll be sometime toward the end of summer. So I'd say like around the September period. And late September period, I think. And we're at 5.6 now. This is 5.6. Yeah. The versions are coalescing. Thanks for the lurk, Syriza. Alright. Yeah, we're already in 5.6, so there's only 2 more versions until Knockcry. It's actually gonna be really, really soon. Like, a lot sooner than I was expecting. Yeah, so 5.7 has to be the last sub-region of Natlan. And then 5.8 has to be the summer bit. But Skirk comes before Knockcry. Skirk has to come next patch, so yeah. I think of all the stream I watch, your teams are the ones I like. Because you haven't wished yet and having the latest characters. Oh wait, having the latest characters. I guess if I had Mabika, I'd probably just be using Mabika, but I have the wildest teams. You will never see these teams anywhere. Well, not because these teams are any good, but mostly because I'm only using these characters because I'm leveling them up. If you've noticed, like all the characters on my team are level 89. And they're specifically level 89 because I don't level my characters to level 90. With books, I level them up based on how often I use them. And they will naturally level up to level 90 if I use them more. So it's kind of like my way to track like how often I'm using my characters. And if like, and I'm trying to like force myself to use the characters that I don't use a lot typically. So that's kind of what's happening here. Saber mid picker, oh not like this, in a weird brushy. Oh, that's why, that's awesome. Yeah, see? Look at Vinik, it's awesome, brushy. Awesome. Actually, they're great in the hands of someone that works so well and you do that. My teams are also random because I'm farming friendship. Yeah, I'm mostly farming it because I mean, they work surprisingly well as well. It's not like this team can't do anything, right? Like, I'm clearing enemies. Kind of. There's like enough EM to go around for me to do some like damage. Just 4 more characters, yeah. I mean, friendship is one thing, but I think it's a lot easier to farm friendship than it is to farm from level 89 to 90. Mostly because like friendship you can only get it for like from like a few sources in the game. You get it from like the random events that pop up. Like the woman who asks you for apples or sunsetias or something. Those kind of random events. Or like some hitachos are attacking or something. And then you get it from, I think, doing daily commissions. And I think that's it. Oh no, you get it from doing domains as well. You get it from doing like domains using resin, claiming like bosses, drops and all that. So now from the XP side of things, you actually don't get character XP from doing domains, which is like honestly kind of weird. Like I mean like artifact and like level up material domains, you do get character XP for like weekly boss domains. That's the only exception, I think. I don't do those, it's barely any XP. The world bosses, weekly bosses, domains, talking to Catherine. Yes, Catherine. What? Why is she cat? I almost thought like you meant like the little Neko cat cat at the shrine at the Inazuma shrine spot. You've also done Abyss 12, which goes to show that things can happen with a determined player and team. Yeah, I've definitely done Abyss 12, although it is getting a lot harder these days. Have you seen the clip where I 36 starred Abyss 12? That is still my highlight. Of the it's probably somewhere in my clips, in my Twitch clips. I don't think it's deleted. It's probably still somewhere there. It was a long time ago in the I can probably pull it up. Let me pull it up here actually. Let me see. Cause like I just have to scroll through my YouTube channel, my own YouTube channel. It's it's somewhere in here. Uh, Spiral Abyss. It's been a while though. This was like, oh, okay, so I did it twice, back in October and November. Uh, I think this was like basically for one cycle. Okay, let me pull it up here. Let me get the Brave. Let me get audio. I hope the audio isn't like too loud. But let me know if it is. And then here, yeah, to do. Let's increase the quality of this. Is it showing on screen? Oh, it's not. Here we are. There we go. Okay, wait. Let me resize this a bit so I can see chat while chat is up. Okay, here we go. So I think this was like October, November 2022. 2022 is like 2 years ago. Back in the Sumeru days, actually. This might bring back some memories. Let me know if there's audio coming through. I hope there's audio coming through. Oh, it is kind of loud for me, actually. Let me know if it's too loud. It's a bit loud from on my end. Oh, this is pretty insane, actually. Saber Flex. You can see, like, I'm being very... In this one, I was being very strategic with my Traveler uh, tornado placement. This had to be, like, mostly a perfect run, I think. I believe Barbara is on, like, full EM, so she's, like, doing a bunch of electro charge damage. Why did bro bring a seed dispensary box to Abyss? Save people, and now he's old and washed. Not like this. Not like this, Brushy. And then we had a Collie. I don't know what team this is, but this was a very strange national team. At this time, I did not have Bennett. Bennett did not exist. So Diona was running Noblesse Oblige, and our strongest national team. I had to have Collie in here because like without Collie, like it would be really hard to beat like these Dorito things. And you can tell like early on the burgeon damage was actually pretty legit. Bennettless Xiangling is curse. Dorito things? Yeah, the Dorito bots. These ones are not too bad. They group together pretty nicely for this one. You can see I'm sort of focusing the archer because she's the one that likes to run away. The dude tends to like follow you. I think I was probably pretty lucky for this one because like the pet kind of stayed pretty close to the owner here. So I was kind of able to hit both. Okay, Xingqiu nearly died there. Doritos indeed. I would say this was also like one of the quote unquote easier abysses, which is what allowed this allowed me to clear this one. There we go. That's a that's a 3-star on chamber 1. And then entering chamber 2. Until a few chapters later we all got Worm Abyss. Yeah, Worm Abyss happened and then it all went downhill from there. And you also see that I pick up crit benedictions. I had to basically wait for days when the crit benediction was up, essentially. So I had to stack the crit benedictions super strategically. I had to like track like what the benedictions were every day, and like only did this challenge when I was able to stack up all 3. Either attack or crit benedictions. I think those 2 were like the best ones. You can see me running to the edge here so that I can group them up. Because otherwise it'll be really hard. Absolutely stalling every floor. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, and I think at this time we didn't have fully leveled Dendro Traveler yet. That's why we don't have Dendro Traveler. Like, I don't think all of her cons were accessible quite yet at this stage of the game. Sumeru Amber kicking butt, yeah. So you can get buffs from various days and stack them for one continuous run. Yeah, exactly. So if you see like a crit on like let's say if you get a crit on floor 1, what you can do is you can choose the crit on floor 1 and then complete floor 1, and then when you get to floor 2, if you don't have a crit, you can sort of just leave now and leave for now and then wait until the next day. And then you can wait until the day when you get crit on floor 2. And once you get a crit on floor 2, you select the crit for floor 2 and then you clear floor 2. And then you do the same thing for floor 3. So you can actually stack up like crit buffs pretty consistently, but you do have to like track it every day. If you like miss one of the days, you could miss out on the entire cycle because there are only 2 weeks in a cycle if you back then. So Magu Kenki is one of the most annoying ones to fight. Oh wait, Dendro Traveler is here. I had to have Dendro on both sides, so that's why. And you can see I switched up teams for the second half here. I was on National on the floor 1, but on... So this is like a different sort of run. It's not... I had to switch up teams in between for this one. Lisa is here mostly because it's single target Magu Kenki, and Lisa is pretty good in single target. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even think that was possible. What about leaving to change a character build mid-chamber? So when you change character teams, you do have to restart from the beginning. So you can't do it like in the middle of a... Like you can do it, you can change builds if you want, but I think for me it was more useful to change like the whole team typically, like to counter certain enemies. They were doing a lot of like very weird shenanigans where I had to be really creative with like what team comps I brought, so not if it's not the full team. So what happens is that once you enter the abyss, it freezes the build that you had when you enter. So when if you like leave for now and change your build, it doesn't register in the abyss setting. Abyss only will freeze the builds and the team the moment you go into like a floor. So yeah, so if you want to change builds, it's still the same thing as changing characters. It's the same. Like you can't... Why you gotta do that, yeah. That's why I think Abyss is really hard, because It's really annoying because like because we have to do these like weird shenanigans just so that I can bring in different teams for different stages. You'll notice the team changed again. I'm using like Chamber 1's second half team for Chamber 3 first half. So I had to like basically restart from Chamber 1 again, set everything up, build up my energy so that I have all of it. And these guys are really annoying. I don't have Bennett, so my energy is like I'm really needy on energy with Xiangling. So I have to like be really careful with like dodging their like energy sapping moves. Otherwise I don't have like Pyronado up. Like right now I don't have Pyronado up, mostly because of that reason. And now we get it, finally. But they keep sapping my energy and they're really annoying. Ah, yes. And then... And I think this was like probably the first couple of times at the Dorito boss. And the reason you'll see the reason why I choose to run Lisa on this side because of this exact reason. Because her stacks can track exactly where he is. The number 3 shows up really like clearly. And she's like the most natural counter to the Asimon Dorito boss. Just because of her Violet Arc being able to track it while it's invisible. Imagine if you get you in a mechanic where dodging gave you wet particles. That would be pretty nice actually. Like perfect dodging, right? Gives you like particles. That could be pretty cool. And then Lisa is also single target focused-ish, so she's actually really nice for this boss. Again, I can track where he is, put down my thing, my Dendro flower thing, actually using her Lisa's E and then into burst, and then tons of reactions. And Official is really carrying most of the damage here, to be honest. Lisa's just there to reduce his defense a little bit and track him while he's invisible, so I don't waste time trying to find him. You can see I have to be careful about not clearing his stacks until he goes invisible, and I apply Electro and then drill to take him out. We know it's doable. They did it with that one Natlan LL where we use Traveler parry dodge. Ah, okay. Like the parry event mechanic stuff, yeah. Yeah, they've done that a couple of times in like events and also that special domain. And there we go, 36 stars. And I didn't even think to show the builds at the end. But it was kind of obvious like from the damage numbers that these are not high constellation Xiangling. This was a Xiangling dealing like 8,000 damage per tick. Dang, that was cool. Continuous 36 star when they reduced the difficulty of Abyss, I guess. Not like this. That was cool night. Yeah, glad you guys liked it. It's been a while since I've been able to even scratch at 36 stars. Like even this cycle I'm only at like 30 stars and it's like pretty much undoable. But I was able to 2-star for like chamber like floor 1. Which is not bad. Why do I have a friend request? I don't know who this is. But yeah. But I mean part of the reason that helped was because at that point once I 36 starred Abyss, I was like, I guess my goal is complete. Because my main goal at that point was to like 36 stars on like a no wish, and I basically did it. So that was kind of like, all right, I've done 36 stars, and then once you've done like a 36 star Abyss, like the next couple of 36 stars doesn't quite hit you the same. So I haven't really been like, oh, I have to get 36 stars. I have to keep getting 36 stars anymore. It's not like a big deal anymore. Because once you already accomplished something once, it's like not, you won't get the same kick. It starts to feel more like a chore, right? You don't get the same kick as the next time you do it. So don't worry, X.4 plus patches tend to cancel abysses. Yeah, I think starting from Sumeru especially was like that. But I mean, we all know Abyss HP has been kind of insane recently, and they've also like started scaling it more towards the newly released characters. And it's pretty clear, like, even like the 4-star teams, you do need high constellation 4 stars. Pretty high cons. Like every single run you'll see like C6 Xingqiu, C6 Youngling, and stuff. And like honestly, like when I was looking at it, so when I was looking at my Xiangling, like say Xiangling cons, right? And like the main constellation that changes everything is Slowbake, which is increasing Pyronado's duration by 40%. This means uptime is increased by 40%, which is insane. That's a 40% damage increase, essentially. I don't care about shitting period. Abyss is always easy to build a character while getting good teammates. I would say Abyss is always easy as long as you wish regularly, build a character well, and then give good teammates. But yeah, it's generally not supposed to be like that hard, I guess. But the constellations matter a ton. And at first I thought it was maybe just because of C4, it is like a 40% increase. But things like Guava Mad, 3 talent levels on her skill and 3 talent levels on Pyronado, these two also matter a ton actually. And then not to mention like Pyro Res decrease, which helps a bit. This one probably doesn't matter. C6 probably doesn't matter too much. But C3, 4, and 5 are actually like maybe C3 and 4 probably like the strongest. Most ones. C4 maybe not so much, but people don't underestimate how much damage Guava can do. He hits pretty hard. Especially when he melts his hits. Giving them good teammates implies their top 3 supports, which includes wishing, of course. Okay. If you see it that way. Which 4 stars do you mostly go for the Leader event? So for the Leader selector, I kind of have a couple of regrets. So my first one was Ningguang, which I do not regret, even though I don't use her, because look at how beautiful she is. I think the second one, in the second Lantern Ride, I picked the Xingqiu, because Xingqiu was like the strongest. Like, yeah, like people were starting to use like national team a lot, and everybody knew Xingqiu was like the one you get, so I got Xingqiu. The problem was when I got Xingqiu in 2.4, in 2.6, they gave out a free Xingqiu at the Irodori Festival event. And so I was very bummed because I was trying to not like, we were trying to like basically like not pick a character that we knew they were going to give for free. And I thought like, Xingqiu they're not going to give for free because Xingqiu is so good, right? And I was like, nope, they gave it for free like 2 patches later. And I was like, oh no, I should have picked another character. Like, if I knew Xingqiu was going to be free, I probably would have picked Chongyun. And then what happened is the Lantern right after was right after the Sumeru was released. So they released Yao Yao. So I picked Yao Yao because you kind of needed a Dendro character, and Dendro healer was like super utility useful. Having a new, there was a severe lack of Dendro characters, and having Yao Yao just opened up a bunch of teams. So I picked Yao Yao, the third one. On the fourth one, was Yao Yao the third one? Yeah. So Yao Yao was the third one, and then on the fourth one, I believe they released Gaming. I did not go for Gaming, mostly because Gaming was like sort of a DPS, and I had sort of had the impression that 4-star DPS isn't like that good anyway. And I already had a bunch of Pyro characters. Xiangling is like the DPS anyway. And because Xingqiu was C1, at that point, I really wanted C2 Xingqiu because C2 gave him like hydro resistance reduction. So I went for C2 Xingqiu. I will say I probably would not have gotten C2 Xingqiu if I didn't already have C1 Xingqiu. So on hindsight, if I could like redo those two roles, I probably would have picked Chongyun and then Gaming and have a bit more of an expanded roster. Because Chongyun would be like really useful against a lot of the Wyob enemies right now. And Gaming just opens up more options for like plunging DPS. No jamming break the cut. That's it. I think you should be able to 36 star part of it, but it's because it's easier, else you're washed Kappa, not like this. So after Gaming, I found out Gaming is actually wow. You see a few times he's really good. Yeah, I kind of regret like not picking Gaming. He's actually a really well designed character as well. So if I could go back and repick, I would have picked Chongyun and Gaming, for sure. But so I skipped Gaming, and then what happened was I think they released Imaginarium, and I had all of my regrets because if I had Chongyun and Gaming, I probably would be able to challenge Visionary much sooner. I think we're gonna get there in like the next year, but I would have accelerated it. I would have already been able to do it if I had a Gaming and a Chongyun on the team. And like I think the current Imaginarium, I think. But I don't, so Xingqiu, was the C2 worth it? Honestly, at that time I thought it was not bad, but like now that Abyss is power creep so much, this doesn't, like barely even matters. You really need C6 for Xingqiu to like be competitive, and of course C3 and C3, C4, and C5. I mean, all of his cons are really good, but you really need him up to C6 for him to even like make a real difference. So yeah, if I had to go back, definitely pick Chongyun and Gaming. The last Lantern Rite, because I needed more characters, and I really wanted a Sucrose, but we didn't get Sucrose for a long time, but they did release it in a Nemo Catalyst by the name of Lanyan, so I got Lanyan. Actually, I don't know how C0 Gaming it. I got a C6 his first battle, so I wouldn't know. C0... I think I mean obviously like not as good, but I think some of the other Nowish community members do have Gaming, although I have not really seen them like put their Gamings to like super good use, I think. The other character that I might have gotten was maybe Yanfei, but she's also, I don't really see her being used. I think out of all the Lear characters, Chongyun is the one that I've seen people actually run in like 4-star Abyss clears. Especially in the most recent one against like Wyots and stuff. Having the cryo application, like the cryo infusion with the E, like works really well like in like Xiangling melt teams, because Xiangling can like sort of apply cryo with her hits as well to like help with the actual belts. I have many 4-star at C6 during their release, like Lynette and Faruzan too. Faru amazing. Sounds like you've been really lucky on your 4-star pulls, honestly. Like if you have like managed to get like a good spread of 4 stars from your pulls just naturally. But that's definitely like not guaranteed, right? So you're gonna have terrible luck and always lose 50-50 and not like this. Well, at least the 4-star distributions worked out. Unless you have like a 4-star character that's like C60 at this point. But it's, I mean, it's not that bad. Like, as long as you think of losing 50-50 as the default, then and as long as you budget for it, like, you'll be fine, right? So the way I like to think about it, and I think it's like one of the healthy ways to think about it, is that a character costs, you know, like the old adage that says a character costs 180 wishes, and if you get it any earlier, then that's just a bonus. So, you know, if you see it from that perspective, then, you know, anything that you roll is gonna be like a good roll. And if they're spending like 160 pulls for one C0 5-star, I don't consider it a loss than getting 4 stars at C6 because I appreciate 4 stars even more than 5 stars. Yeah, exactly. If you can get them at C6 is pretty good. I mean, the problem is not getting it at C6. The problem is that when you start getting like C12 or the same 4 star, then that's, you know, that kind of feels bad. Or not getting a single copy of desired 4 star for 162 pulls. Yeah, exactly. Like if you really want a 4 star like a Chevreuse, and part of the reason is because there are also these very key 4 stars that unlock like an entire like team comp that wouldn't be possible otherwise, like a Chevreuse basically. Like you can't run Overload without Chevreuse basically, and because they've locked it behind like a single 4 star, that's why like it feels bad. Not everybody's gonna be able to pull C6 Chevreuse, right? So. I will complain about my Diona pull until Genshin end of service. What constellation Diona do you have at this point? I complained to Hoyo support because it was so big, not like this. That's kind of the one thing I really want to avoid when I start pulling is I want to avoid C7. I will consider like this run a failure if I ever C7 a character. I wanted her C0 but didn't get a single copy. No. I got her from Sandra a few months later. Ah, I see. Well, you see, Brushy, if you had just been around in 1.4, you would have gotten Diona for free. No, I'm just kidding. Diona was indeed a free character. Wait, she's C6 now. Nice. C6 Diona is actually really good. You do get the bonus EM, I think, of her C6. What's your favorite event to this day? For me, it was Misty Dungeon event. I wish domains were similar to that. Misty Dungeon was pretty fun. I will say it was honestly pretty challenging for me because you know, on the Norwich account, like I didn't have a lot of like damage, so at some point like it got really hard if you kept going. But that was a pretty fun one. Like it was just non-stop battle. And it was like a roguelike. You know, things will change up every single time you run it. So people were like wondering whether they were gonna add like an endless mode based on that, but they never did, I guess. My personal favorite event is the construction event. Well, not construction event. The one where you could like make your own obstacle courses. Have you guys seen my obstacle course video that I made Mintum try? This is you guys might not have been around, but it was a very legendary moment. I made Mintum run an obstacle course and it was actually hilarious. I also made Lucky run it too. And Lucky, if you ever ask Lucky about it, he'll remember. He'll have like nightmares about it. He'll remember it very fondly. What? But let me say, have you heard anything about new endgame mode? I have heard that they're releasing like a new Abyss Light or something, but I heard it's something similar to like Star Rail or but I don't play Star Rail. Something in Star Rail or something in DDD or something. I don't remember which one. But I heard it's something. I heard that you need like 3 teams or something, but I've also heard things that like it's supposedly really easy to just get the primos or something, but I don't know the details, unfortunately. New endgame for Genshin. Supposedly co-op is incentivized. That would be nice if they actually incentivize co-op and like give people a reason to co-op something. Then I'm super down for it because for like co-op in this game is almost non-existent. It's only a single character per team. I don't know the details of it. I've only heard bits and pieces about like what the end game is like, but there's a lot of changes and speculation, and they're probably still like in the middle of beta testing. So we'll probably know more once they just announce it. I think they're probably gonna tweak it anyway. I wish co-op was a bigger factor. Yeah, co-op co-op is definitely fun. Like in my early days, like I would co-op with like friends. Especially early on when I was low level and they were all like higher level and they would like help me with domains and all that kind of stuff. So that was fun. Co-op Abyss would be so nice. Yes! Dude, I can guarantee you, like, if co-op Abyss existed, like, nobody would complain. Literally nobody would be complaining about Abyss. All the Abyss complaints would be, you know, scrapped away. There's actually a really, really large community on like the Genshin Discord. There are people who are like willing to help each other in like co-op. So like people would stop complaining about Abyss entirely. You know, you could get whales to just help you. Whales would feel really good about helping people too because they can show off their characters, right? Like it's a win-win. I don't see like a lose-lose in this. Except for MiHoYo, of course. Like unless you're saying like people will stop pulling for characters because they're not pressured to do it. But I would argue that like people don't actually do that anyway. People only pull for characters they like. So um it doesn't matter if you have one or two teammates. It should be 50% in co-op regardless of how many teammates you have. Are you talking about a new game mode, Rushi? Is that what you're talking about? Uh so it's like more teammates. I guess like two teammates is probably the best, I would say. Four teammates. I guess if you have four teammates, you could argue there's four DPSs, but I would still think that like in a four-team situation, you would still need a support. Like one is a support healer like Bennett, and you know so. And one guy in there's getting carried, so no need for other people logging on their accounts to help. They can all be done in game via co-op. Yeah, that would be nice. You know, yeah, I would really like to see co-op. Like they've sort of done a little bit of that in Imagineering where you can like pick your friend's character, just one of them. It felt almost like a bit of a trial thing from that perspective, I think. But I think for Abyss, if you could like maybe invite up to one friend to co-op. Even just one friend to co-op is like honestly good enough because you could have like run two supports and then your friend could have like two C6 carries and be done with it. Why not three teammates? Four teammates yourself, so I'm not counting that. I think in a three teammate situation, not everyone can be a DPS, right? Like you still have to build, you still have to like organize a team comp. So maybe that's what's stopping them. Like there needs to be like an agreement of like what team comp to use in Abyss, and then so I don't know if it's like a lobby system or like there's. I think generally like MiHoYo has been like I think they've shied away from co-op a little bit too, and like you know how like Genshin doesn't have voice chat and things like that, and like even like the chat function has a lot of like censored words. It's kind of like to prevent like bad actors from doing stuff. So I can see why that could be a concern. So like people selling like Abyss services or something like that. Um, Random matchmaking probably. Yeah, I don't know about random matchmaking. I kind of really see it as more like you could just get a group of friends together and like co-op in your world first, and then just start Abyss together, kind of thing. I think that makes the most sense. Like random Abyss sounds a bit weird. Um, because you kind of need some coordination, otherwise it's kind of it could like be go really badly. That's true. The streamer has a built account on every server. Oh, I guess if you have a built account, hmm, on every server though, that's a lot of work. Yeah, to have players leave while doing Abyss would be a pain. Yeah, and then if a player leaves and then it disconnects, and then you're like, what happens then? So I think they have to think about a lot of things, and that's probably why they haven't implemented it much. But I don't know. I think most of it is excuses and the fact that they just want to keep a bit solo. And the one thing I've never really understood is why they don't allow food in Abyss. Um, but maybe it's just a matter of I don't want my players wasting food because I'm just gonna have to scale Abyss, and if I don't get my food on the right run, it could be more food wasted. All the Adeptus temptations going down the drain. So I can see from that perspective. But if they were just if they could just be nice and just don't scale it based on food, then you know some of us players could have like a bit of a boost. The other thing is benedictions. Why can't they just have like proper good benedictions? Nobody needs a defense up or like a HP up benediction. Just give us crit attack benedictions, EM benedictions. And don't make it random. Just let us choose so that we can, like, you know those events where you can choose the buffs you want. Just do that for Abyss. My goodness. There's a lot of things that they could have changed about Abyss to make it like easier to clear. Uh, well, not easier to clear, but like less of a chore to clear, I guess is a bit more accurate there. I think HP plus cards there. Yeah, exactly. Just give it a screen where you can choose what buffs you want based on the team you want, right? I do love HP plus for my Yelando. Yeah, that's why I suggested you could pick whatever you want rather than um like wasn't there like an event where there's like the there was an event, I think it was a chasm event, but they did a lot of this where like you could choose the trigger and then the buff. So it's like when you use an elemental skill, this buff happens, but you could like pick between like the buffs you wanted and the trigger you wanted. So depending on whether your team does more normal charge attacks or elemental skill based or elemental burst based, you could switch the trigger. And then depending on like your team's element or the damage type, you could choose the type of buff. I think that would be really cool too if they put it in Abyss. I think people will still complain about new co-op Abyss. If you go on horror lab during any co-op running, people say they get uncomfortable to be in a lobby with a stranger. Yeah, those people just need friends. Let's get some friends, guys. They could make it so that co-op isn't matched. They like they could make it so that co-op is only like you can only co-op if you invite them to your world and if they're friends or something. That could help. Wow, that's a strange reason. I'm sorry, but that's just true. I mean, it's true. Like you kind of. I don't think you should be like. Yeah, I think strangers are like can be dangerous, especially when you're like running a kids game. So that's why they have a lot of these protections on like co-op. But they could make the co-op sort of like you can't do it with strangers. Like you can only do it with like people you add as friends. And then from that perspective, you can actually control who you're talking with. If you don't like someone, then just don't match with them, right? Don't make it like a matching system. I can't compute that reasoning for a video game. It I think it's because of a lot of laws. There's a lot of laws out there that like MiHoYo wants to like get err on the side of caution with. Many people don't have friends to play with. I mean, you could also just meet friends online to play with. You don't have to like play with friends you know in person specifically, right? So there are like many ways to like. You're asking for too much there. I'm asking for people to socialize, not like this. uh, this doesn't work in this era. But I mean, I will say like not everyone out there is like not everyone out there is like bad. Like people just need to like be more open to this kind of thing. I think part of the reason also is that like people who struggle with like being in a lobby with a stranger probably have had like really bad experiences with like random strangers, and I get that because I think especially if you're a girl playing like any game, it can be really difficult because there is a large majority there's a large amount of people who are like once they know you're a girl like their ability to like reason like shuts down and then like like they start babbling a lot of very inappropriate things. So especially online, and this happens a lot, and they get like ostracized a lot. So I think from that perspective, um it's just kind of like a sad situation because most gamers are just like that. We kind of sad. Um, but they're definitely like not everyone is a bad egg or a bad apple, I guess, right? You just gotta find And they're not honestly not that hard to find. You you just have to like ignore the bad apples and find the good apples, just like what you do at the grocery store. Or you should implement block chat by default so that people can. Yeah, if you can mute people, that's great too. Like in Dota, like when I play Dota, I literally have like everyone muted. I have my enemies muted. I have my teammates muted. I just play silently, like with no. And the only form of communication I do with my teammates are like pinging. Like you can ping items and like attack. You can use the chat wheel with for like specific game uh indications. I basically mute chat when I play Dota. So Great Saber's still in bronze tier. There's no bronze tier in Dota, Rushi. I get that, but honestly, they could add a mute silent feature for weapons in the team like they do in Fortnite Reload. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they just have a mute or silent, that will work. Yeah, I guess I don't know why they don't have that. It'll be interesting. But then again, they haven't really focused on co-op, so that's why they've never done it. I think like if they do ever implement co-op, they probably need to add that in. And like a lot of other like co-op necessities, things like building parties or like squads or I don't know. Copper tier, I don't know. You're getting further and further from like what the ranks are in Dota. Dota has some really really weird names for like their rank system. I think it starts with like uh I believe it's like Crusader. It starts with Crusader, which is like the lowest trash tier. Crusader, Herald. Oh, it might be Herald first. One of those two. It's either Herald or Crusader first, but those are like the two lowest ranks. And then Archon, Legend. So Archon is like the third tier, still pretty trash rank. And then there's Legend that's above Archon. And I'm around like a Legend 3, 4, I think. At least the last time I played, which is a long time ago. And then there's after Legend there is Ancient. And after no after Legend there's Ancient. And then after Ancient is Divine. And after Divine is Immortal. So there's like 7 tiers. I believe it's like Herald, let me just check whether it's Herald or Crusader tier. I've never been in the lower Herald or Crusader tier, so I'm not sure which one is which. I've never been like that noob. Okay, so it's Herald first. Oh wait, there's a nice pick here actually. Except that when I pulled it up, it just gave me a website. Okay, wait, here it is. It's this probably you guys probably don't care about this, but it looks interesting enough to me. Let me see, is this showing up? Oh. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong. I have to put it here. That's what it is. Okay. It's like this. Level 1 Crook versus 100 Mafia, but Saber is the ancient one. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. Whoops. I realized chat is like blocking a little bit. So it starts with Herald. Oh wait, there's Guardian. I missed Guardian entirely. Oh, there's a Guardian tier. So there's Herald, Guardian, Crusader, Archon, Legend, Ancient, Divine, and then Mortal. So I'm somewhere here in the middle of this bracket. Which is kind of like median, average. Your average player is around here. And then after Immortal is like you get these like special ranks. So if this is normal Immortal, and then this is Immortal top 25,000 in the region, top 5,000, top 100, top 10, top 1. And the only difference is that your heart opens up a little bit more, I guess. That's what's happening here. Fits perfectly on the bell curve. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. But yeah. Games tend to be like really weird in the Herald, Guardian, and Crusader tiers. They tend to be fairly more normal in the Archon, Legend, and Ancient tiers. And then they start to get really weird again in Divine and Immortal. So, like, basically like anything meta, this is like all the meta stuff happens here. And then this is like, I don't know what's going on here. Like people are just, I don't know if people know what's going on here either. And in this section is like, people are so good at very specific heroes that it doesn't matter what the enemy plays or what your teammates play. It only depends on how good you are on your specific heroes you play. Because everybody is just like so perfect on their specific heroes that like they could do amazing things that no one else on that hero could have done, kind of thing. So it's kind of weird. So on the ends of the spectrum, it gets like the games get really wonky, and then in the middle is mostly meta heroes getting picked. Okay, but we've been yapping too much. We gotta clear this event. So let's see. Well, this is not even unlocked yet. What is this? Hey guys. Which difficulty should I pick? This one tells me opponents in this difficulty are stronger. Is it easier on dire difficulty or easier on very hard? Do you guys know? Have you guys tried this yet? Should I do dire or pick saber difficulty? What is saber difficulty? There's no saber difficulty here. It's just that some of these events, it's just sometimes it's actually easier to do like the medium or easy tiers. And sometimes it's like easier to do the harder tiers. I sometimes it just depends on the event, I think. JK, next week problem, it's not fully unlocked. Yeah, it's not fully unlocked, like, but we can try. My goal is to get 4,000 points. I don't know what these are. I don't need this. I need my primos though. Barista plunging attack hits an opponent. So what I've heard. Oh, why are there different two halves? Is this Abyss? What's going on here? What the? After a character's plunging attack hits an opponent, Shockwave will be unleashed. Oh, okay. I see a Veresa here. What I've heard is that I just have to ignore Veresa and just run my own team. Or so I've heard. So maybe we just run Tinari Quicken here. Alright. We just run Tinari Quicken. I think it could work. My difficulty is primo difficulty. Anything like more doesn't matter to me. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so maybe it's like this. Do I actually want sugar? It's probably not. Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna run. Oh, I need overloaded. Do I need overloaded? Nah, I don't need overloaded. Okay, we'll just try this. I'm like totally not following it because I've heard like you just don't have to follow the just work with 3 characters and it'll be great. So I guess I still have to do this because everything else is running out. Okay. How am I doing? It's supposed to reach I believe I'm supposed to reach 4,000. I don't know if I'm gonna reach it at this rate. But mostly because there are 2 enemies here and I brought a Tinari, which is not good. I just hope these guys give me a bit more. Bet you've never seen a Veresa aggravate team. What? I've only got 2,000? What? Oh boy. Oh wait, this is first half. This is first half. Okay, I have 2 halves to get the 4,000. That's fine, we got this. Oh, nice. And it's these guys too. I should have probably bought a Nemo for this one. But I don't know. I guess Marisa can do something here. Oh, they group it. They're being grouped for me, so that's good. I realized she like summons a wrestling ring when she does her burst. That's pretty funny. Alright. It's getting close. I need to get my 4,000. Oh no. This is a disaster. No! I'm missing a Reese and it's driving me crazy looking for it. Oh man, I actually really like Reeses. Okay, what is this? What is this scam? What is this scam? Okay, let's try this again. We are going to switch this up, I think. Dendro Traveler is a good idea, I think. But this is a bit more AoE-ish. I do want to try this team here. And this one does have like quite a bit of AoE. I think. So maybe Lanyan? Too bad I can't replace Barisa, but I think running like Lanyan can help. Okay. I actually really like Reese's. It's my favorite chocolate. My favorite is like a chocolate peanut butter combo, so I should get myself a bag of Reese's. Alright. Wait, I have too many of these characters. Hold up. I have too many like electro characters for some reason. I needed to bring like a Ooh. Beidou is doing a lot of work here. This is barely... We're barely there. Alright, we got the 2,000. I think the 2,000 is probably the max I can do here. The reasons are whatever, I'll do the event since I'm doing my dailies right now. This is a scuffed event, to be honest. This is a pretty scuffed event, if I would say so myself. Whoever thought that you should need to start with 0 energy in an event like this is it's actually crazy. Good thing is that I did spec out my Lanyan for some AoE damage here. Oh no, I don't have enough time here. Give me a... There's still two of these guys. Damn. Dude, is this even possible? What's going on? Oh, some of these Natlan dailies not take 45 business days to finish, Lou. After finish sales, which lone 5-star you enjoy using the most? Definitely, I think Parisa is actually pretty fun to play, but what is this score? How am I supposed to get 4,000? What? Wait. There must be a trick here. There must be a trick here. Score after defeating 140. What if I made it easier? Or just try very hard. We're gonna try this on very hard and see if there's a difference. Also, this team should be like a Yao Yao, and Yao Yao should be on this team. Not official. Yao Yao, where's Yao Yao? And this team, I mean, I guess I can run official here. I'm just trying to get 4,000. I'm just trying to get the primos, guys. Why is this so hard? Oh wait, actually, no, wait. I was gonna see if I could run. I could eat food, but no, they have definitely locked me out of that. Trying to cheat a little bit there. Oh, that was... Oh, wait. I'm just trying on the very hard difficulty to see if like it's better, but it doesn't seem like it's much better. Very hard difficulty also seems it's very hard, so... This is not much faster, to be honest. Even though I picked very hard. Oh wait, and they're these guys now. This is even more annoying. What the? Yeah, no. Very hard is not the way to go. It gives more score. Did you not read it? No. It's not about the score. It's there are some events where actually picking the medium one is actually better. It's not in this case though. There have been some events in the past. You might have not been in all of the events, especially, but there were events in the past where like a lower score was actually better because the scaling on the HP was such that you could kill them a lot faster, so you could make up for those points in a lot of waves. Not in this case though. In this case, it seems like the scaling is they're still level 90, so it's still like pretty hard. I'd say like maybe it may be only like they've adjusted the scaling enough so that like level 70 and 40 are probably like where the scaling is. They only went down like 10 levels, but you reduce like 4 times the score now, so it's a bit. I said use recommended elements. I didn't say anything about difficulty level. Oh, sorry, I didn't read that comment. It gives more score. Oh wait, using recommended elements gives score? Wait, let me see. When the party only has characters with the recommended elemental types, defeating opponents gains 100% bonus points. Oh, okay. Oh, is that why I've been getting less score? Hold up. So what is the recommended elemental type? So I can use Anemo, Pyro, and Electro. I guess it makes sense. I am using that. It's Dendro counts too, right? Dendro, view friend lineups. Oh, okay, friend lineups can help too, I guess. I'm gonna scroll down to like real hmm. Ooh, I see an Aurora in there. The let's see. I guess maybe this one. Yeah, we'll try this again, but in normal highest difficulty. How do you play Barisa? This is a very good question. I have no idea how to play Barisa. But I just know she plunges opponents. Alright, maybe this works? Seems to be kind of working, I guess. Ooh, that worked. Okay. I'm not getting much faster than my previous time though. Also, I'm running out of like, whatever Verisa uses. No! I'm just gonna ignore her and use Jamming Flush. There's a plunge buff. Her plunging is hilarious. It is kind of funny. Never mind, Pyro is illegal. Pyro is illegal. Wait, what happened? I was just leaving and how did I exit here? This event doesn't even have a... Doesn't even have let's see here. I guess the other way I could run it instead of... I could run a Yao Yao. And then... Well, I think this is still good. Maybe a Xianyun? Xianyun gives like a buff, right? Maybe I'll run Shabruz here. Shabruz. Oh wait, recommended elements are different for each half. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Okay, I see what's going on. Man, they really had to make this like really small, didn't they? Okay, so I'm supposed to use Taser for this half. So that's why I saw people using Aurora in here. Okay, this makes sense now. Yeah, I guess this will work. So that's why I wasn't getting a lot of points. Okay. Okay, maybe this time it'll work out. Trust. So I was getting less points because of the element thing. There we go. Okay, now I'm getting a lot of points. See, I've already hit 2,000 points from this. Because of that. But I want to hit this guy first though. I should aim this guy. The other guy just... The guy just keeps using range attack, the other guy doesn't, so... Ooh, nice. Okay, okay. I see what we're doing. So it's just, you just have to use the right elements. I can't believe they punish you for using the wrong element. That's so ridiculous. Especially for this kind of event. Oh, they're really like locking people out. I thought like Abyss was enough, but nope. They gotta ask you to use specific characters for this trial too. Like the fact that they would actually reduce points just because you use a different one other element, that's wild. Actually wild. Also, I don't know how to use Sharus, but I hope I'm doing this right. Okay, we got the 4,000. We good, boys. We good, G. We good. Oh, we might be able to get 6,000 at this point. $7,000. Let's go. I only got 10,960. What is the platinum one? Here's what is the platinum score? I'm washed. Yo. Wow. Okay, I didn't quite get 8,000, but we good. We good. Alright, let's see what Verdance is. 16k? Oh my gosh. Barissa bringing down the team indeed, man. Indeed. Okay, Kinesis elemental skill hits the opponent. Alright. So the first half is burning an opponent, so I need to use... And the second one is Bloom Burgeon? What is that even? I guess burning can be like that. Bloom Burgeon. Oh, we got Mavica. Okay, let's go. I don't know what kind of team this is, but... Is Mavica carry or is he carry? Oh wait, Mavica can Burgeon. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, we'll go with this. After a character triggers burning on an opponent, the danger rest and power rest of the opponent will be reduced by 40% for 5 seconds. After a character triggers Bloom Burden on an opponent... Okay, whatever. Just... Guys, nobody wants to read things in advance. Just keep it simple. Did I miss that? What the? Scammed. Actually scammed. There we go. Oh, what this enemy? What the? Oh, I'm frozen, what the? Still in mid animation. It's alright. We got 6k, we Gucci. Alright. All binding frost after Escoffier's elemental skill hits an opponent. So freeze on both sides? Okay. One is frozen, and the other is a localized downpour that deals AoE. The other one just does AoE cryo. So maybe we do this. Oh wait, the team is different, so I can use Farina here. And then I can run like that, maybe? Ayaka can run here. Let's run this team, I think. I think for this one we can run Barbara, I guess. Oh, that's not good. Let me switch this like that, maybe. Well, Xingqiu kind of is a Barbara. Okay, I don't know about Furemine. Let's put Kaya in here. Probably makes more sense. Although honestly, Furemine may not be a bad idea. I'm thinking about this right. Let's just do it this way and see how it works. I don't like how the slot is locked in, like Escoffier is locked into the first slot. That's not where I typically slot in my healers. They are indeed constantly frozen though, which is a good thing. This is pretty easy, but everything is frozen. I like this. Ooh, she gets a lot of energy too from her E. I definitely like Escoffier the best so far. It just makes it so easy. Like, there's just something about official-like characters that are just so easy to play. I think. Chef girl is nice, yeah. I might pull for his coffee, yeah, I don't know, at some point. If it turns out that she's like a really good support for Tsaritsa, probably. Um, but like honestly, like characters like Fischl like have the good E attacks for like Fischl, like super good. I don't like her personality though. She's an angry one. Well, I guess she gets angry when she like cooks. But I mean, it's not all too bad. I think one thing that I don't like about her design is that like, well, I mean, obviously it fits her like a chef, but that she's wearing like a chef hat and all that. But I could see it getting old pretty soon. Wait, what? These are just... What is my Xingqiu gonna do here, guys? What is Xingqiu gonna do here on this team? I should have brought Kaya here. Lol. This guy. Okay, I think Xingqiu can do something now. Yo, AK, let's go. Oh, even this guy. Yeah, I'm not being this guy. 9k! Look guys, my first beyond 4k points. Pretty good. It's like Hell's Kitchen with her. I guess that was the intention. I don't know how to use my vehicle, bro. Yeah, I don't know either. She just like runs some motorbikes and stuff. I just use her off field mostly, but I think that one is mainly a Kinich trial, I guess. After Yelan's elemental skill will burst his support and her ER will be increased by 50%. All elemental res will be decreased. Why is Yelan having a trial right now? Like, are they trying to sell Yelan? Like, for real? I guess Hu Tao. They want me to use her with Hu Tao, I guess. Okay. And they want me to use the vape team, so I guess Benny Boy is on the docket with Xingqiu. Next one is Bloom, Hyper Bloom. Oh wait, can I actually switch this? Oh, I can! Oh, wait. There we go. This is so much better. Oh, okay, there we go. This is second half Bloom, Hyper Bloom. Oh, okay, run Nahida. Gotcha. So if we want Hyper Bloom like that, probably. Yeah, I think this works. The only other thing I might want is Tinari. But I have a feeling it's not single target, so I'm gonna stay away from Tinari for now. And kind of go this route. Okay. You just slide her bike around and spin to win, yeah. That seems to be the case. Alright, let's see how this works out. Oh wait, she gets 2 skills. What? I didn't even know that. I didn't know you could just use 2 skills. Alright, second half. More Yelan shenanigans. I did not intend for that to happen. Oh, she gets a breakthrough bar when she does her E. Okay, that makes sense. Didn't realize that was big. Alright, we're good. We're good. 7,000, okay. Good enough for me. And the last one, Chlorine's normal attack. Chlorine's. Okay, okay. Dendro to start. So, like, quicken, aggravate, or spread. Okay. This one is electro charge. They're even kind enough to give me a Furina there, which is nice. Okay. Definitely like Ororon. Ororon is actually a pretty useful character to have because he's definitely making the electro charge team a lot more viable from that perspective. Oh man, this guy's annoying. No, I'm not getting this guy. Anytime. It's alright. We got good points. Let's see how this one goes. I also really like Floren's design. Floren is one of my favorite designs as well. Her character. I will say, I do feel like there's less swordplay from her and more gunplay, I guess. Like she's really the first like dual pistol user. For a champion duelist, I would have expected a bit more swordplay, but this is fine too. She's really flashy. Pun intended. Yeah, Corin's really nice. Yeah, she is. She's really cool. And her burst is like the coolest thing ever. Whoever did her burst design was really cooking there. Alright. Alright, I think we're good. Basically done with all the promos in this event. I think definitely like out of all the 5 stars, the ones that probably jive with me the most are, I want to say, Escoffier and Yelan. Escoffier number 1 and I'll say Yelan number 2. And after that, Clorin. I don't have the Natlan characters. I know like really technically they're really good, but between Veressa and Kinich, I it's hard to say. They're both pretty fun. I think I actually really like Kinich's like swinging gameplay. They're all like really they move around a lot in combat, so it feels like really nice. So I don't know. I think between Veressa and Kinich, I think their gameplay are pretty. I would say like I would say I like them pretty equally. But I think Cloren is like a step above the two. I just think her combat like feels really smooth and also looks incredibly cool. Escoffier is really nice, especially when you use her in the free scene. It just makes things feel super easy, being a healer and a buffer. Yelan is also nice as well, I guess. Just a lot of hydro application, a lot of energy generation there. But I think Escoffier being able to heal and debuff as well, like, probably the better support. But yeah, it's kind of sad we don't have this yet. I have to like look at this again tomorrow. Although I wonder if I could get a slightly better score in this one for 8,000. Should I do it for 20,000 more? This one was single target, right? Actually, now that I think about it, what if I ran? What if I ran Tinari instead, so I can sort them out? So the strategy here is I go to Yao Yao. Oh wait, this is not single target. What am I saying? This is not single target at all. No, I was misinformed. I didn't even remember what this half was. I was thinking like if it was single target, like Kinari would be slightly better, but not in this case. Also, they're really annoying when you can't actually target them with your abilities. The auto target is like really messing you up. Were shots pierce or something? Is that what's going on? Is there one more? What? There's one more here. Oh boy. Okay, this guy is single target, but I don't have enough time for this guy. I think she's actually like, she has a pretty like interesting mechanic where like her bullets pierce through, so you kind of want to angle it in a way, like when you're fighting a lot of mobs like this, you kind of want to angle it in a way that like hits all of them, you know? You kind of want to angle it so that it hits as many enemies as possible. You kind of want to be on the edge of the enemies like this. I'm gonna just use it first. Yeah, I got the 8,000. Very nice. Okay, there we go. When the day comes for you to make wishes, please let us know in advance. Yeah, no worries. I would love to see you wishing. It will happen at some point. It might be, you know, just wait till Dainsnip comes out. If Dainsnip comes out, you know, you'll be sure. If Tsaritsa comes out, if Dainsnip comes out, I was honestly going to wish for Tsaritsa when she comes out, and I was like, yeah, finally, this year is the year I'm going to wish. And then they pushed out Snezhnaya an entire year. Facepalm. So I don't know. Might be another year out, but honestly, I'm curious to see like who they're gonna release in Notcry, given that there's no Archon coming up. Here's my wild thought. What if in 6.3 or 6.2 or 3, which is typically when they release the Archon, what if they have an all Archon banner? It's like a Chronicle Wish, but it's Archons. And if you lose 50-50 to an Archon, you get another Archon. I mean, what else can they do for an Archon release? That would be wild, right? Bro, Sigwin by herself got 12k points on one side. That's what a C6 character does, broshi. That's what the C6 characters do. That would be wild, because even if you lose to one, you get one anyway. So you don't lose. There's no loss. It's only wins, only dubs. We only take dubs on this banner, alright? No L's. Only dubs. I mean, what else can you do for an Archon release if you think about it? I guess they could put like 4 Archons on 4 banners, but I think that would be like too many banners. So I don't know. There's some chance that might happen. We get some kind of Archon banner where you get to pull any of the Archons. Or it could just be like a fate system where like maybe if you lose 50-50 you do still get a standard banner, but maybe having all 4 Archons on the banner is not bad either. Well, 5 Archons, sorry, I miscounted. There are 5 Archons now. But we don't care about Venti, so it doesn't count. I got a friend using C6 characters getting 9k score. I see you're trying to you're trying to call them out here. Wait, you can actually see your friends. Huh, interesting. Let's see which of my friends had the highest score. Probably, yeah, Mirai probably has the highest score because of his C6 Farina, for sure. C6 Farina basically carrying the game there. But most of my friends actually haven't even done it yet. Um, let's see. Yeah, again, C6 Farina doing really well. I like that they actually put the constellation so you can tell like how strong people's characters are. Synchro is doing pretty well. He didn't get platinum though. Luffy did, but only more. Looks like he ran Arlecchino. That would be a supreme banner, like when Hu Tao Yelan came out and made so much bank because of the weapons too. Yeah, Hu Tao Yelan was definitely a big one. And honestly, like when I played this trial, like it didn't feel bad. Like Hu Tao was still doing a ton of damage, right? Hu Tao was like doing quite a ton of damage here. The Hu Tao Yelan combo is definitely still super viable. It just gets a little sus because she uses a lot of stamina doing her combo. Although does Hu Tao have a constellation that like does Hu Tao have a constellation that removes her stamina requirement? Yeah, C1. So C1 Hu Tao probably feels the best. I don't know if the rest of her constellations really do much for her. But C1 does a ton. Like not requiring stamina is the dream. I need to get her C1. Yeah. Yeah, she really doesn't feel as good playing without the C1 because of stamina issues. Honestly, MiHoYo really gimped us on the stamina. We should have had like, I don't know, 5 times more stamina than we have now. They used to give us stamina every time, like for clearing the Statue of the Seven. So we got stamina increases every time we upgraded Statue of the Seven in Mondstadt and Liyue. But they stopped that after Liyue. Imagine if we just kept increasing like for Inazuma and Sumeru and Fontaine and Natlan. If we could keep maintaining that stamina, we would have like 3 times as much stamina bar as we have now, which would be a huge improvement, honestly. And I think, honestly, like it should be that way because, there's a lot of iframing you have to do in Genshin, and it's because like rotations and stuff are so fast anyway. Like having a really high stamina bar is actually really important in combat. So they decided to like limit us on the stamina for like just to make things harder, which I think is they basically owe us twice as much of the stamina bar at this point. Come on, MiHoYo, give me back my stamina bar. I need more stamina. Check on my recent use. Okay, so we are at 158, which is about correct, I think. Alright, we are done with the event. I don't think, well, if we're not done with the event, we are done with part of the event until whatever this is unlocked. Snow Rending Sun. I'm guessing this is a Mavica one. If it's Snow Rending Sun. If it's like a Mavica Sitlali kind of trial thing. That's what I'd expect. It'll probably be an easier one, since it's Mavica. But we'll see. Alright. I do want to explore a little bit. Because we are like really close to 100% on a lot of these. But just kind of like not quite. In different spots. So at some point we're gonna like try to clear all of it. We're at 99% on Ancient Sacred Mountain. 99%. Guys. 99. That means there's like a rogue treasure chest somewhere. I think Comcast is kind to you, I see. Yeah, we've stopped having issues this week, thankfully. No more weird disconnecting issues. Honestly, I have no idea what was going on last week. But I'm glad it's not like that anymore. They better be kind. I pay them every month. I pay them every month for internet, so they better be kind to me. Otherwise, why am I paying them, right? I paid for internet, not for intermittent service. Is it not written in the contract? Okay. Where is the where's this thing? It says it's down. Oh, there's actually stuff here. Oh, they really hide a lot of weird things at the ends and the edges of the map, don't they? Like, what is this random thing here? And then there's like these two things here too that I need to blow up, it looks like. Okay. So there's one here. And I wonder if there's any more. There might be more on this side. Nope. How about this side? Nope. But there are these things. Let's try... Ooh, this scenery is really nice. Although there is a crack in the wall on that computer screen of the Sacred Mountain. There's a crack in this computer screen. Oh, this is just like one of these things. These count for exploration, I guess, but they're not quite treasure chests. That one there is a treasure chest. Whoa, what's happening? Something is shaking. I want to go down, not up. Where's this chest though? Oh, it's sitting right here. Dig. Oh, okay. It's a puzzle. Can I run in the lava of this guy? I don't think I can, right? I need to get the other guy somehow. Gonna check out see alright. Oh, we're gonna check out. Alright, see you, Mike. Have fun. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sticking around for the stream. Bye. What? Can I actually run? I can't run on the lava of this guy, right? Oh, I can. What? I didn't know this guy could run on lava. I thought this guy dies in the lava. Beautiful. Okay, precious chest right here. So you got 24k by yourself. Nice, nice. See, this is the situation where you just need a 6 character, right? Actually, why is it so big using trial characters? That's what a lot of people were complaining about on the Reddit, I think. But see, this is where having C6 characters are pretty good. Because you can like solo carry when you're forced to use great characters. You know? It's a situation where having C6 Farina could be I can't get all except 16k rewards. I can get all? I can get all. I can get all except 16k rewards. Oh yeah, 16k seems a bit high. You really need like C6 mob or something, I don't know. I mean, I see people, my friends who've done it, but they definitely do have their C6 characters. I mean, it's 13.5k-ish without C6. Yeah, sometimes it's like, but it gets exponentially harder too, because like, at that point, like, you're defeating a lot of waves. And like, in order for you to beat the next wave, you just have to be like a whole lot faster for the rest of the previous waves. Where is this chest? Huh. It says it's down there, but how do I get down there? What is this? Oh wait, this is the same spot I was last time. But oh, I can't get... It's in here, but how do I get in here? Oh man. Where does this come from? I guess it's... must be through here, right? I don't know, man. Okay, now I'm even higher up. This is not working out. Maybe there's an entrance. Maybe it comes from somewhere in here. I mean, that's the only way I can see. It has to be through here, right? And it's one of the paths from here coming out. Alright. Actually, I got tanking on the Escobar stage one side. I'm sure I can optimize it on the other side without Sigurd. But why bother? Yeah, for 20,000 Mora and 2 artifact things. Yeah, maybe it's not that worth it. This thing is just gonna keep going up, isn't it? No, I mean, why bother proving it's doable without C6 when I can just do it once and forget about it? Oh, as in you want to show that it's possible without C6. Nah, don't bother. I wouldn't bother. It's not a hill you need to die on. This is at the end of the day, you're just fighting your sense of pride, but wait, why is this still, why am I still going up? Nani? I wanted to get this treasure chest and I ended up all the way up here, guys. Scammed. Oh my gosh, I have to go all the way back now. What is going on here? I wonder what easy 34k score though. I wonder what another C6 will do. Yeah. I mean that's kind of the reason you get C6 characters, right? You want to feel like the point of it is like when everybody's struggling, you're like easy. That's kind of the point, right? Oh, this must be the spot that I missed. This must be the spot. Oh, I found it. Whoa, there's a whole puzzle area here. Okay, okay. Oh wait, I need that guy again. Okay, don't charge. I just need you to attack this thing. Wait, what happened there? Oh. What was that? Let's do it one more time. Yeah, there we go. The lava's gonna do it for me. Oh no, he died. We got it though, we got it. Oh, we got, oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Not like this. Yeah, the characters, the point of it is to make certain characters you like stronger work in flexible teams so they're more flexible. I guess people have different reasons to pull C6. Like if I were to pull C6, like my main concern is mostly to either like complete a character or to just have like a to just like not mauled over Abyss basically. Because at some point like I don't have time to maul over Abyss anymore. I just want to get it done over with. But I think for me it's mostly just completing the character. It doesn't feel complete without C6, right? In a way. And like R1 as well. But yeah, everybody has different reasons for it. My personal reason, if I were to ever C6 a character, is mostly just to complete it. Rather than like to be able to use them in like every team or something. Get R5 then? I don't know. R5 seems like a super scam. I did talk a bit about the how much value is. Getting a C6 already feels like the value argument is like losing out. R5 makes that argument like so bad. Like incredibly like much worse. Already struggling to compromise between like completing a character versus making good use of my primogems. And then like but getting an R5 that kind of just tosses that all out the window. Because honestly the improvement is not that much at all. Although who knows, one day they may release an, can you imagine they release an R5 weapon where at R5 is 5 times stronger than at R1? Can you imagine that if that ever happens? That would be wild. If that happens then maybe it'll R5, but like I think the reason why the weapons don't scale as much is mainly because weapons are switchable. You can switch weapons between characters. Genshin Great, yeah. Because you can switch weapons between characters. If you can get like an R5 weapon that is just really strong, you don't even need a character. You could just swap that weapon to any character and the character will be like really good, right? Theoretically, like I mean, assuming that. But they are pretty smart in keeping their weapons pretty like tied to the kit, I guess. Genshin would break, or the R1 would be awful. Yeah, I guess that's also possible. But in which case you wouldn't even pull for the weapons, so. The R1 was awful. If you needed to R5 a weapon just to make it decent, yeah, that's kind of sus. There's 3 enemies, isn't there? Oh no. Not like this. At least Alloy does elemental damage here. I think I'm really low on HP on a lot of my characters though. Should not have done that. Should have broke his shield first. Ooh, there we go. Triple chest, let's go. This is a big one. Wow. Wait, that probably gets me to 100%, right? I think. Yeah, I'm at 100%. 100% Ancient Sacred Mountain. Let's go. And I still have 2 treasure chests I haven't picked up yet. I guess we can go for this one, see what's there. Let's go. Yeah, my difficulty scaling is so jacked. I got 70k one side on the Yelan stage with my Yelan, Arla, Shilon, and Betty. Very nice. Oh, this one's actually a time trial. I can mark this one then. Okay, I got 3 marked for in preparation. I think that's pretty good. I think main Latlan I still have like a lot of, I haven't actually found. There's like 95, 98, 96 in a lot of these areas. Yeah, I kind of like don't really know where else to look, honestly. I'm gonna see around here and see if there's anything. Why did devs make enemies so tanky randomly? It's just HP power creep happening. It's like not even like here's the same enemy but with a lot more HP. Yep, now it's harder. That's your harder content right there. Like, okay, sure, bro. Or MiHoYo has 2 ways of making content harder. It's like, here, let's increase the HP, or here, let's increase the resistance. Yep. Done. They like literally no creativity. Oh no, it's this guy. It's Kokijo. I remember this guy. Not this guy again. I don't think I ever got the Kokijo achievement quite yet, right? I think we failed the last time because I was like randomly hit. Defeat the Lord or Broder Primal Fire when the battlefield has been reduced to its... Interesting. Yeah, I think Kokijo and the Aegis, those are the two. And then for 3, you haven't... Oh wait, during the calls of completion, have collected the Iron God. I think this is pretty much the same as the first one, right? Also, what is in my mail? Roaming through the... Oh, okay, I'll take the Primo Gems. I'll take it. That is nice. Alright. And we are gonna go ahead and raid Lucky. Let's all wish him a happy birthday for a happy birthday stream. And he's gonna be doing some pretty cool... I wonder what cosplay is cooked up today. So we'll see. But that would be fun. So let's go ahead and start this raid. Just a second. We'll be back tomorrow for more Genshin shenanigans. Maybe just finish up the event. Honestly, tomorrow might be an exploration day where we like just try to explore as much of Natlan or whatever is left of the current Natlan. I'm all in like the low to mid 90s on a lot of these areas. Ancient Sacred Mountain is at 100 as of today, so that's nice. And I still have 3 treasure chests I haven't actually unlocked yet. But I think on mainland Natlan I have like probably a couple of spots that I just never been before. Oh, I found something. Just as I was thinking about it, I found something on this side of the map. Although it might just be like one of those smaller boxes from what it looks like. I don't see anything really of interest here. Oh wait, no, it's an entire world quest. Because there's a woman there. Oh wait, it's not world quest. It's one of the okay, I'll just mark her on the map, I guess. It's one of the trainers. I guess I haven't done this trainer yet, really? Have I not done this trainer yet? Oh, I haven't done this trainer yet. That's weird. Why do I feel like I had a feeling I had the impression that I had done all of the original trainers. I guess not. I guess I never really went to like this part of the People of the Springs area. Aha, I found a Mora box. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do more exploring and stuff. And we'll ignore this Wyop because I don't like fighting Wyops. I really hope none of my characters need like Wyop mats. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and raid Lucky. So let's go ahead and start the raid. But this has been a Saber stream. Thanks Brushy, as well as Cereza was here earlier and Flynick. We're gonna go ahead and say hi to Lucky, do wish him a happy birthday. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, take care everyone. Bye bye.